Beautiful. So as I said before, we will finish the application billings, and then you will have an opportunity to go over with your mentor over your test. I think it's a very good review for your mentor. It's a very good exercise for you. And that will conclude certificate 1. Okay, so let's start. If you recall last time, we built this kind of a simple list. So let's open it up. Let's look at it. Very good. I'm opening it up. Seeing the application, logging in. I logged in, and we have the billing application. That's what we added. When we went to the billing application, we got the main page, and we here would like, we can put a lot of things, whatever we want, one of which is really a list of customers. So if I click on the list of customers, if you recall, we made something very simple.
Dr. Amos,
Yes?
can you share your screen? We can't see your screen.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that. I apologize. Thank you. Okay, you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Sorry about it. Let me review that just a second. All what I did is I restarted the server, and after I restarted the server, I got the page of the application. And as you recall, we added a button here to take us to the billing application. That's the main page. By the way, here you can, in a real life, you put here so many other things. And the key point is, if I want to go to a screen of customers, I can click here. You will see we'll add another button for inventory, okay? To add inventory. And that will be another exercise for you to do. Adding inventory and make it looks like the customer, making it similar to what I'm going to end up today. When we click customers, last time, all what we did really was, if you recall, we had this template, and the template is being called from the views. In the views, I'm kind of reviewing, yeah? We had a table customer. We call the customer and we say the customer has an object property, and that object, I'm asking him, bring me all the rows in the table customers. Remember that what we define the customers in the model. This is the place we define all the tables. So, okay, I'm in the view, calling the customer, taking all the rows and giving it a name. By the way, this name is in Python. I'm in Python now. And this one I'm transferring to the template customer list. The way I'm transferring it, I'm calling it customers. That's what I usually do, so I don't get confused. There's so many, it's really confusing. So in order to be clean, when I get the data, I usually put like the same name, but I put underscore in the end. And when I transfer it to the template, I take the underscore. So inside the template, the list of the customers is, it says customers without the underscore. Moreover, we transferred also the title, remember? And again, the same things I did here. The title here, I call it with underscore, and here title. When we go to the template, this is the template that I want to open. The template is right here. And what did I do here? By the way, if I take those out, okay, let's see one step. We'll do a review. Will be a good idea, I think. Okay, I go here. If I refresh, you'll see there's nothing. There's nothing. Everything that I get in the main screen is between black body and end of body. So let me put it back. I'll put only the title, okay? We'll see only the title. And by the way, what the title is, it's right in the view. The title is customers and a lot of dots. So that's what I'm supposed to see now if I refresh the screen. Okay, that's exactly. Now, what is the second part? It's I want to see all the customers. And now the customers, I'll do it two ways. I'll do it two steps slowly, remind you what we did. We did it last time. But you know what, I'll just do it this way, and then I will go and do it the way it's supposed to be. In fact, we'll do it several ways so you will feel comfortable. Okay, I just put the customers there. And you will see, it will show me the customers, but not in the way I like it. This is really like what it called query set. This is the way it comes from the database. I really want to organize it a little nicer. And that's what we're going to do first. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and instead of that, I will put it a little nicer. What do I mean by a little nicer? By the way, this is something we learned for C in customers. By the way, I could have written here customers. Okay, singular. This is plural. That's what I'm getting from the view. And here, just to be more explicit, it won't make a difference. Many times I'm just lazy, so I will write one letter. But all what it does, it goes over every customer and make a new line. So every customer is putting in a new line. So if I run it, it will look a little better. Still not the way I like it, okay? Still not the way I like it. So what I'm gonna do, I would like now to expand it, make it a little nicer. By the way, this is something we did last time, last semester. So I will kind of copy myself a little bit, but I don't want to copy it just for, you know, in a way that will make you confused. I'm going to do it slowly. Okay, I'm gonna do it slowly, step by step. And hopefully it won't get you confused, okay? What I'm gonna do right after the title, okay? I'm going, if you know, if I do it this way, it's the end of the table. And as you know, by the way, after the table, supposed to be here, by the way, this is just the head of a table. Okay, let me take this one a second. I'll get it back in a second. I'll get it back, promise. Okay. What I wanted to show that I'm getting a title and I'm getting only the header of the table. By the way, this is the div. This one, we wrote a class of W, blah, blah, blah. This is just making the table to look nice. And that semester 2, certificate 2 will spend more time on that. For now, it's just making it to look nicer, that's all. But making a table, we always start with a table, end up with a table. Again, all these one come just to make the table look nicer, not more. So we will ignore that for now. All what we need to know, we're gonna make a table, and we're gonna have a title column. This is gonna make the title column. So let's look at that. Let's refresh. Of course, you see, we got the title. You see, we got the title, we got the color. The color, it's come from what I told you, the classes, the style. And we'll talk about it, as I said, in the next certificate, more into more depth. And you can ask also your, okay? You can ask also your mentor. They will be more than happy to tell you. I'm gonna add a row, a primitive row, I call it. In a minute, I will tell you why I'm calling it a primitive row. Here I'm going to write, see, this is the number. I'm going to write the number 1. Here, I'm going to do another one. This is the columns, by the way, of the second row. A customer name, I will just write Amos, okay? A view, I don't really, I will just write a V here. And, sorry. I'm going to write view, just the word view. Not really, I'm going to make them as a nice button. Later on, I will make them as a nice button, you will see. But let's go step by step. So you really get the sense of, and here I'm going to write update. And you know what, I will write button. Eventually we'll make a button here. For now, we will just say button, okay? And then we're going to have TD for another button for update button, okay? And then we'll make a last one. I will make it, and I will explain, I promise. I'll explain all of that. Delete button. Okay, what I did here is I have a header, and right under that, there's gonna be a table, a row. And please pay attention to the structure. I have it at TR, and that's the end of a row. And here, each one of those is a column. And if you see the way I kind of organized it, if you have a good eye, just the way I did the title. See, under the title, I have a number, so I want to put a number here. Under the customer name, here would be the customer name. Under the view, I'll put a button, okay? So I have a button for the view, button for the update. I made that one twice, sorry about it, okay? And I will have a button, 3 buttons that I will make, and that will be right under those columns. For now, I just printed it out. I didn't really do anything, but I will do in a minute, okay? So let's go step by step. Let's go and review and see what happened. I will get a new row. Did you see that? Number 1, Amos, view, blah, and blah. So I'm gonna go step by step, okay? And the next part, we wanna be really smart. This is really just one customer. Now, I don't want to do one customer. I want to put all the customers we saw a second ago. Remember this loop? We're going over all the customers inside the table. We brought all the rows from the table. So what I'm going to do something really interesting. Sorry. I'm going to take the whole row here. And I said, you know, for every customer, I want to do that. I want to have as many rows as there are customers. And now is the trick. I can't really just put this one here. I would like to do it a little better, and I will do it 2 steps. I will extend it step by step. You know, when it says number 1 here, I really want the customer ID. So see how I do that. Here I get the customer according to what we did in the models, okay? And it would really give me, if I go back to the customers, please pay attention. It's a little tricky. When I write customer, give me first name, last name. This time, I want him to give me the customer number. So I'm going to take the customer number. I'm going to go to here and I tell him, you know what? Please take the customer number and put it for me here. In here, I can do the same things. And I can say, you know what? Put here his name. Oh, let's see. What is the name in the model? Yeah, we have first name and last name. So let's put for now the first name only. Then we'll add the last name as well. Okay? So I'm going to put here the first name. Let's stop here. Okay? So what we're going to do, see here I didn't touch. So in all the rows will be the same things. But this one will be different in every row. It's going to make one row for every customer adding to the table, and he's going to take the information from the table. Let's see if I was right. Refresh it, and nice. You see, this is really this is, by the way, the numbers of this is really the customer number. And by the way, I don't really like it. It's not going 1, 2, 3 like it should be. In a minute, I'll show you a trick. You can organize it so you go 1, 2, 3 or whatever, but say I got a first name. This one stays the same. We're going to put the buttons to do something for us. But for now, at least I get Jimmy, Brenda, Jimmy again, Brenda. I get a lot of people here. Okay? So I would like to add the last name as well. How do I add the last name? Very, very simple. I could just go here, copy it. And as you know me, I always love to copy for myself. I keep a little space, and instead of first name, I will just change this to last name. And why I'm changing it to last name? Because in the table, we do have a column called last name. So it will give me the first name, give me the last name. In fact, we're using really the three things. We're getting the customer number, we're getting the customer name, first name and last name, and we're putting it here. Let's see if I get really first name and last name. Let's refresh. Oh yeah, we do. You see, really nice. Jimmy, Brenda, Jimmy, I just made it like best student. I really should write SEO. In fact, it should be SEO Brenda. We'll change it. You will see. We'll change it and we'll see how it works. We'll change it. But for now, at least, I'm getting really the stuff as it should be. One little thing before I even continue. How do I get those one organized in an increasing number? There's many ways. The right way really to do it, when you look at the table customers, you can add what is called meta. And by the way, honestly, don't try to remember, okay? There's a class called meta, okay? Yeah, class. Okay, don't try to remember. I myself even forget. So what I do, I copy for myself. Okay, I have so many programs that I use. Okay, let me see if in here I have in here if I did something. No, I didn't do here. Let me go to another. Let's see in the to do. Where is the to do? If not, I will take it from another applications. Copy from yourself. No, I don't have it here either. It really should be like meta and ordering. And you should really give him the name of the ordering. I think it takes this one. And what you can do, just write the customer number. Now, I never really remember the whole things again if I need to put it that way. So I many times copy for myself, okay? I really did do it right. So this one, it will organize it. This is automatically, make sure that all the customer will be organized automatically by the number, not just randomly. Let's see if I was right. Okay, let's refresh. Yeah, nice, you see. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Why? Let me see. Ordering, customer number, I do have. Yeah, I misspelled meta. No, I didn't. Why? Did I make a mistake? I don't think so. I thought so. Well, I can make migrations. I don't think I need to. I really don't need to. Yeah, that do me good. Also, I don't think I need to, but I don't really get it the way it's supposed to work. Or maybe I didn't put it in the right model. Probably not. Yeah, I didn't put it in the right place. Sorry. This is really, I need to put it. That's what the confusion when I use more than one. This is not the one that I need. The one that I need is this one, the one that we are working on. Okay, so I'm gonna put it here and now it's gonna work. Okay, it should work. Okay, let's refresh. It should work. Yeah. What's happening here? It doesn't really like me. Hey, this one, let me double check. The billing, this is correct. Let's do it again. My server, and let's go to billings, go to customers, and I'm not getting it. I don't know why. That's surprising. Let's figure it out. Anybody get a clue? I should take it, the meta ordering, and I'm telling him to order it by the customer number. And for some reason, it doesn't like me. Maybe I did something in the view. Let's see. I don't think so. The view is clean. Okay, the view is clean. Uh, let's see here. Print customers. That's very interesting. Sometimes it's kind of can drive you nuts. Just let's refresh again and let's see if it does give us. Here we go, Jimmy, but it doesn't give me the numbers here. Jimmy, Brenda. So I have no idea why it doesn't. I will check it out and let you know, okay? Let's move on. Let's not to spend the time on that. It doesn't really worth it. But I really should, okay? I do it all the time, so I'm probably missing something. Anybody see, Daniel? Can you tell? Can you see why?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, what's the reason? Why do you think we're not getting it? I'm in the billings, in the right application. I get the meta ordering. Yeah, I think I spelled it right. Ordering. Yeah, I did everything the way it's supposed to be. Let me do it by first name. Let's see if it would take it by first name. I have no idea why. Okay? Maybe because it's a primary key. Could be. And let's go here, refresh it. Nope, it doesn't like me for some reason. I have no idea. It doesn't take the ordering for some reason. I would take a look at it. It should really take it. And I have no idea why it doesn't. Uh, let me go. Bear with me one sec. Because I do have it. I might be missing one of the. I might be just missing something. Let me just 1 second check it on another place that I have. Apologize. It should really work. And I have here an application that I have done almost anything possible. Let me double check that for 1 sec. And 1 second in the courses, others, and let's do that. Control F, Control Z, Control F, or there we go. It's need a capital M, believe it or not. Can't believe it. This is it. It's required a capital M. Now it should be fine. Okay? It's amazing. Sometimes it really can drive you crazy, but don't give up. It will happen to you so many times, but eventually, you know, as you go over time, you get better and better. Now it should really work, okay? And here we go. You know, some of the record we deleted. This is why we don't have all the numbers. So one more time, how do I order? I just really add to the model this one and I write ordering. That's it, very simple. By the way, if you want it to go from up to down, you can put a minus. See how it's really cool. It will put it from the last one. So this is the first one I put. If I'm interested really from the last customer I wrote, I just put a minus, it will order them a downward. This is the last one that we put, okay? This is another trick, which is cool to know, okay? So far we did really very simple table, okay? We did a very simple table, but we want to extend it with 4 important functions. That's called, by the way, CRUD rule. CRUD. Okay, everyone, please go with your student. Explain each one of them. What is create? C is for create. What does it mean, create? I want to add a new user here. How do I do it? So first of all, I would like to add a button here. When I click on it, it will open a screen and I will be able to add a new customer. And that new customer will be added to the table. And then I have a new customer in the table. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it slowly and see how it is. By the way, I will copy again. I'll copy for myself. This is really the code here. This is really this one, and I will explain. I'll just copy it to here, and then I will explain. First of all, just so you see, this is a table, and don't get an error. I'll just delete this one for a second. Just to show you that this is really makes a nice button. You see the A, it's a click, but I don't want him to go anywhere because if I left this one, it will give me an error. I haven't created the function I need. So I kind of deleted it. But this is important. This is really what will be inside the button. It will say create new customer. And again, this is just to make the button a little nicer. Okay, that's the holy things. All of those classes, style, we talk about them, certificate too. But for now, what I really care, I'm gonna make a button. This is gonna be a button. When I will click on it, I want it to be eventually to create a new customer who will help me whatever I will put back here. For now, I deleted it. I just want to see how it looks like on the screen. So I refresh. Oh, you see, I got a long button. What made it a nice button like this? It's really nothing but simple style, you know, it makes it looks big. And this one just telling him, make it nice with rounding stuff. And that you can, there's so much budget peel, by the way. That's what really does, it's nice, okay? And if you tell him it's a primary, we'll make it as a blue. You can call it budget warning, you will make it red, and a lot of stuff. But this is really more style stuff. That's why I put it for some other time. For now, what I really care is when I click on this one, I would like a new screen to open up to allow me to put the first name, put the last name, and then I will have a new customer in my table. Everybody got the idea what we want to do? Yes, guys? Everybody happy?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Very important. Very, very important. Okay, good. Who does the work? By the way, the one that I just deleted. See what that does. You know, when I click here, you should by now know it means go to the URL of the deep billings application. Deep billing application, here is the URL, and look for a function, or in fact a name of a link called create customer. So I go there, and there's no such a thing. That's what I would have got an error if I left it originally. So if I don't want to really get an error, I better have that functions there. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to add that function. So, and you know, I love to copy for myself. 90% of what I do, I copy for myself. I always, many times I love to put them the same way. This is good. This is good theoretically solve the problem, but no, it will not. It will not solve the problem. Why it will not solve the problem? Because this one, see, by the name is linking me to this function, but this function is not defined. In fact, it has to be defined somewhere. It has to be defined in the view. So that's how I will put it in the view. Okay? I'll put it here for now. Div, and I will change it, by the way. I'm going to change it totally, by the way. I will write paste. Paste is not, it means don't do anything. The only reason I'm doing it to show you the logic so I don't really get an error. If I'm in here and I want this one to be called, it has to be defined in the view. So I did define it in the view. It's not doing anything really, but I have to bring it and link it to here. So I have to write it this way. This way it means I'm going to bring this function. So this one is not error anymore. You see there's no line because it's connected to this one, but that's not the place to define it. The place we define functions is only in this, in the views. So everything looks fine. Okay, you won't like me, take my word for it. It will give me a different error that it cannot give me a screen or something like that. But up to this point, it is just fine. And now, in fact, I'm not going to use a regular function. I'm going to use something a little different, and I will show it two ways. Maybe let me decide with myself which one I want to really show it to you. Just bear with me a second. I did it two ways, and I want to, you know what, let me start with a function. Yeah, let's start with a function. Hold a second. I do have the view, and hold a second. I have create customer, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let me take this one. Yeah, this is the one I like. Let's start with this one. I think this will be better. Okay, I'll bring that one back. The only thing is, when I get to here, I want it to do something. So I'm copying it for what we did last semester. So it'll be easier. Okay, and see what we're going to do. In fact, what I'm going to do step by step. Okay, ignore what I just copied now. Ignore it means I'm going to do that way, so you won't see anything. This is really like I commented, so it's not doing anything. So let's focus on what we're doing. Ignore this one, okay? Ignore this one. What we're doing here, in fact, we're getting to here. By the way, this should really have a request, otherwise it will give me an error. Just like in here is a very important object, we said. Give me a lot of information that happening about who called me, and I will dive into certificate 2, 3, we dive into more deeper. For now, all what is really important is that in the URL, I call this function, and this function is being defined here. What the objective of this file? To give me a new template. Look at this template. This template should be under the deep billings. Do we have it under the deep billings? Let's see. Deep billings. Deep billings. No, we don't have it. So I'm going to copy it from last semester. It's called data entry. Here it is. I will copy it and I will explain it. What did we do in this template? Let's look at that. In this template, what we have, it's a, you know what? To go step by step, I'm going to just delete the whole things again. And I'm just going to write data entry for customer. By the way, I will go over the whole things again. It's a little hard to follow me. I know that because I'm putting so much. So don't worry. I'm going to go over the whole things one more time in a second. I just stage number one. I want the whole flow to work. What do I mean by the whole flow? And I will go over the whole things again. I'm going to refresh. I want when I click here, a new one will open. And you see a new screen open, and it said data entry for customer. I don't really want this one. I want to be able to put a new customer, but at least all the flow is working. Let me go over the whole things one more time, and then I would go into how to make it to be a really useful template. So let's go from scratch. Remember, we had the customer list. In the customer list, we added a button. So let me go back. I'm going to go back here, refresh. You know what? Let's go back to the main. When we went to the billing application, we had a customer button. We clicked on the customer button. We got all of that, and we added a new button. And we wanted, when we click on this one, it will take us to a new screen in which I can put a new customer. So what we did, we went to the to customer list template, and we added this button. And we said to this button, when you click on me, please take me to the URLs of the deep billings application, and go and take me to the link create customer. What does that mean? That means go to the billing application, go to the URLs. That's what it means here. Go to the URL of the deep billings application and go to the function or the link to the function create customers. I double click. I look at, by the way, look by the name. It goes by the name. Oh, create. I always like to put them the same so I don't get really lost. So, okay, it takes me to here. Taking me to here, it means is really telling me activate this function. We had to create it. We had to create it in the view. So we went to the view and we created this function. Okay, after I created it, I can link it to the URL. So that's why I linked it here. From .views, import, I bring those two, but I bring one more, which is that function. Now I go inside the function, and what am I telling him to do? Make me a favor, don't do anything for now. Just open a simple template. I made the template here, where it's supposed to be right under the billings. And I made it simple template just because I wanted to make sure that everything is working. Later on, I will change it. So if I go and double click here, I get a template that really doesn't do anything besides just writing this one. Definitely not what I want, but at least I'm getting an empty template. So what I wanted really to achieve by getting to a new template, it's working. The only things, I cannot really put a new customers here and I have to change this template in such a way I can put a new customer. And that's what we're going to do now. Okay? So we need to change this one. So I'm going to put here back all the code I deleted before. And this is really, really tricky. Very, very tricky. If you notice, there is a new thing that I haven't taught you yet, and it says form. The form is really from HTML. Action empty. When I put it empty, it means go back to the view that gave me this template. It's very unclear what I just said now. Okay, but I promise I will explain it. Okay, it means when somebody will click this button, this is a button, it will say submit. By the way, let me just show you. If I show it this way, what do you see now in the new template? In this one, I refresh it, you see a button submit. When I click on it, is supposed to do something. When I click on it, when I keep it empty here, it really is going back to this view again. It's going to the same view. That's convention, the way it works. So I always, in the form, this one is for security purposes, ignore it. You must always put it there. Forget about it for now. This is really for more advanced classes. Okay, later on, but you can't really learn everything in one day. So just put it there and it will work. And later on, you will understand. And honestly, even if you don't understand, you don't really care because it just works. Inside the form, just put this one. Put a button. A button, the type has to be always submit. If you forget it, copy this one and put it in wherever you need the form. Just whatever you write here, submitted data, that's what it will say on the bottom. One more thing, very important. If you keep it blank, the action, it will go to the same view that opened that template. So you'll see it's like this one giving me the template. I will click a button, it will come back again here. And we'll do something with it. Okay? Okay. But here I deleted two very important things. Okay? And really what I have here is one label for putting a first name. It will say first name. And there will be, by the way, this is a label. It really is HTML. Or what it will say, first name. And next to it, it will give me a place input. It's a place I can type inside it. Okay? The BR is just keeping new row. So I put a new row. So I will start putting a label saying first name. And then we'll put a place so I can type inside it. Okay? And then you'll put another label, we'll say last name. And another place I can type the last name. That's really what those things are doing. Putting a label, allowing me to type something inside, okay? And same things here. Let's look at it. Refresh. Oh, this is already start looking like a screen. This is the label, first name. Here I can type something. I can put my name or whatever. Last name, I can type something like that, okay? So what we really did, okay, we used a form which is in HTML. Inside the form, we made sure that all the security, it really is making sure to whatever you type and you send it to the function, it will be encrypted, okay? So just put it there and forget about it. This is really what's important. I wanted to put a label to say first name and a place I can type. And that's exactly the first one. First name, a place I can type. Hey, pay attention. It says enter first name. See that? Yeah, where did that one come from? That's again, this is really what is called a placeholder. Whatever I put in the placeholder, that's what we'll type there. It won't ignore it, it's just instructions to the user. Pay attention in other things. This one has a name, first name, and this one has a name, last name. I'm going to use it, not here. I'm going to use it later on. I always love to put the ID and the name at the same to be the same. Okay? Why? This is usually I use for JavaScript. We're not going to use it in this semester. Next semester we use JavaScript a lot. This one, it's what we're going, it is really going by the name. And I'm going to explain in a minute what I mean by that. This is a template. The template is working. So let's go back. When we go here to the billings, we click on customers. We want to add a new customer. We click here. We got a nice form. We want to put the stuff here. If I click here, I would like whatever I typed here to go to the function, and the function to put it inside. Okay, again, I want whatever I type here to put it in the database. Yeah, we did something like that in the to-do application. I will just do it here for you again. This one is going to go back to here. Remember, we talked that there are two types of methods, a post method and a get method. When I just open this screen, okay, it's really all what I want is just to get this template. When it's coming back, pay attention, I wrote here the method to be post. And I want to understand when I get a post, it means somebody added data and he wants me to put it inside the database. That's why the method is post. Okay, everybody got it? This is the hard one. Okay, so let's see how I did it here already last semester. I'm going to copy this part. Okay, I will leave this one. In fact, this is a very good instructions. Okay, I will take the whole things and instruct and help you out on that. Okay, that would be really a good one. Let me put it here. Okay, I'm going to delete this one. I don't want it to do anything. I just want to show you that really what really happening now. Okay, let's go step by step. This is very, very important. I'm going to go back to the main. I'm going to go back to the billings. I'm going to go back to the customers. I got a list. Okay. See what happened when I click the button. I got the form. And I want to go and show you what did they print here. You know, I intentionally put those two lines, and I thought the request is, I told you it's a very important component Django have created. It tells me what method have called this function. The first time it's a get. We talked about it in the past. I'm going to go over it one more time. The get is the first time when I just call this function. Pay attention what happened when I put just Amos intentionally. I'm not going to do anything with it. It's not going to do anything. But I just want to click the submit and see what happened now. Okay? It didn't go anywhere. It's still there. But please pay attention that when I look at here, it went back to this function, but this time it says post. Everybody got it? And that's a very important information for me. Why? Because I know if a person already posted something, that means he wants me to do something with that information. think I copy just one things. Bear with me a second. Let me copy the whole things. I just deleted that one. Hold on a second. I just want to need that one. Okay. So I just want to put this one. So what am I doing? I said, you know, when there is a get, it means the person just want the template. Okay, I gave it to him. But if he is clicking the button of submit, then the method is post. Then, you know what I want you to do? Put the information inside the database. But before I do that, I'm going to break it again. I'm going to do print. And this is a very important exercise. I'm going to take this one and put here. I'm going to do the same things. And I'm going to take this one. I hope this is really opening up your eyes to see what's happening. You know, I'm not going to save it yet to the database intentionally. Okay, I want to do it in the end. I want to go step by step. You know, I say, you know, when it's the method it's post, just print for me what that person want me. What did he send to me? He sent to me, when I look at the request post, first name is, that's what he's sending me. If you remember here, we had the name, first name. Whatever he's typing in is going to come back to me. Whatever he's typing here in the last name is going to come back to me in this function in a way that I can find it in request post first name. And that's why it would come back to me as a last name. Let's try it. I'm intentionally deleted the row that put the data in the database. We'll do it in a minute. But first of all, let's go one more time. It's really worth the time. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to billings. I'm going to go back customers. Click a new one. And I'm going to write just, let's say, Michael. Okay? And I just give him a different name, Bahanis. Okay? And now I'm clicking submit. Up, I got an error. Redirect is well defined. Why I'm getting this error? Anybody can catch why? Yeah, because this one I shouldn't have here for now. I'll put it back in a minute. Okay, I forgot to delete that one. Sorry about that. Okay, and refresh. I'll put Michael again. And let's put here, let's put minus. Submit. Good. What happened? Let's see here. Pay attention. He's telling me the method is post. And see how nicely. I told him if it is post, show me what the user have put in. So by request post first name, I'm getting really what the user has put. You put Michael and you put Bahanis as the last name. That's pretty cool. You know, since this one we already know I can delete it, I don't really need it anymore. I know it works. And moreover, if I don't really even need to print it, I already know it works. Just do what I'm supposed to do. And what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to really put the data in a database and then do one more thing. Two things I'm going to do. And let me explain. This is really the crucial part of today's session, okay? I'm telling him, if it's post, please go to the table customer. You have an object called objects, and this object is a very smart one. is able to add rows. Create mean create a new row. This is really one of the first in the rule of the code. That's what we're dealing with. We're creating a new row in the table. How do we do that? Very simple. If you look at the model, we have first name, last name, and don't forget customer number. It's automatically, so we don't have to worry about it. The table will fill that number automatically for me. All what I have to provide is the first name and the last name. No problem. Let's go back to here. So I'm putting the first name exactly what the user have put in. And I'm putting the last name to be exactly what the user have put in. Everybody happy? Everybody?
Yes.
Good. And this one really creating a new row. Creating a new row with the first name and last name. Behind the screen, it will add to the model also the number. It will give it a number, but it does it automatically. That's why we call it primary key. We use an autofill. Autofill fill up that, we don't have to worry about that column. It will fill it up automatically. That's beautiful. But see, if I don't do that one, what will happen is, I take this one away. See what will happen, and you will not like it. Okay, I'm gonna go back again, go to the billings, go to the customers. I want to add another one. And this time I want to add Michael again. Where's Michael? Let's put Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy Otara. I will make it up. And I'm submitting. Okay, it did send it. But did you notice? It gave me the blank page. I don't want to be in this page. I want to go back to the customer list to see that indeed Michael have been added. The truth of the matter is that Jimmy, I just added Jimmy Otara, he is really added. In fact, if you want to see, if I go back to the billing, go to the customers, you will see Jimmy. Here is Jimmy. You see, this is the one I added. So I would like, after I click here, I put information and I do a save, I want him to go automatically back. So how do we do it? Here is the trick. Here is the trick. It's this row. By the way, when you have a return, when it's a post and you have a return, this line will not be executed, only this one. This one tells me redirect. Yeah, but I don't have redirect here. That's why I got that lines here. Redirect, it's a special function that Django have made. So to use it, and you will use it, and you should use it in your real life, okay? So I'm gonna copy for myself again. And you know me, I'm a very good copying for myself. By the way, almost everything I have done in my life. So I always go here and see this is really just adding redirect to the same render. It comes from the same library. So all what I had to do is really go here, go back to here to the view and just add this redirect to here. Now you know what redirect is. Redirect, it says, please go to another place. Hey, where do you want me to go? And this is one of the most important. I skipped it the last time. And this is extremely, extremely important and very hard things. Very, very hard concept. Please pay attention. We created a new customer. He created it, and Django is very nice to me. He tells me, this is the customer you created. After he gave him customer number, if you recall. And then this customer is a very smart object. I tell him, please, in this object, go and find where to go. That's another word to this function. This is a very important function. And I'm going to build it up for you now. I build it up inside the model in the customer table. Right after I define all the columns, I define a function, and that's very important function. By the way, I will need a little more. No coincidence, I have the reverse here. It's a tricky one, a hard one, honestly. Please, please don't give up. Go over it a million times. I myself went over it so many times until I mastered it. What is it? That's the to do. I don't want it to do. I want to go to the here. I want to go to the models. I want to copy for myself simply. Here we go. It's a very simple one. But still, you know, you see, this is the way I work in real life. I work very hard to make it work, and then I copy for myself. This is a very hard line. What this function does, it's saying, please make me a favor. You know, we created this customer, okay? For this customer, go and give me this URL. What I'm going to do, just to help you out and understand how it works, I'm going to print it. So you can see exactly what we get. And then I'm going to use it. But first I'm going to print it so you can see it. Okay, it's really nice to see what this one is actually doing. What does it bring back? Because after it brings these ones back, I'm telling him, redirect, go there. Hey, where do you want me to go? So this has to be something the Django know how to go there. And let's see what does it do. So let's go back. By the way, this is really one of the harder things of this course. Okay, this is really hard. So don't be discouraged. It says, please go to the Billings application URLs. Okay, I'm going to the Billings. Here's the Billings. I'm going to the URLs again. And go to a function or the name of a link called detail customers. So I go here, I go to the detail. Hey, I don't have it here. I will get an error. I must edit. So again, we know how to do it. Just to make our life, I'll recopy again for myself. I go back to here, and I should really have a detail. Anybody says detail here? Detail, yeah, here we go. Detail customer. I just copy from here, just for simplicity. I copied it here. Now, okay, it's telling me, I want you to go to this link. And when you go to here, please do this one. This one we didn't learn. So all what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to copy it and I will explain later on, okay? I will copy, explain later on. Because I can't really jump, it will kill us. And this one, I must go to the view. I'm going to copy it from the view here as well. I should have customer detail, here it is. I'll just copy it, and as I promised, I will explain everything. So don't worry about it, okay? I'm just gonna edit here. Okay, otherwise I will get errors. So here what I did something really, by the way, this one I have to add another things. I will have to copy all those stuff. I copied this one too. Don't be discouraged. It seems like I'm jumping and doing a lot of weird things. You will be absolutely right. I really am jumping all over the places. But I promise I will go over it at least twice because it's not easy. Okay? One more time, forget about this function. I don't really care about it now. I copied it just not to get an error. All what I care is about this one. I'm really trying to go to this customer and read this function. And this function will give me something. And this something is really where am I supposed to go to? So in order to know what this one is, I have to go to really to that function right over there. So let's go there. Oh, not here. Okay, here we go. We made that function. Inside the function, it told me go to billings, go to this link. So I went there as we saw before in the deep billings. I went to the URLs. I went to the place with this name. It took me here. Okay, I don't really know what this one does for now, but I know this takes me to here. And that's the important things. And this one, when it takes me to here, it means go to here, which is supposed to be defined here, and it really is here. But I don't really care for now. It will do something, but I'm not going to break my head. What does it do besides really understand the links? The link is not trivial, okay? The links is not really trivial. It tells me, go to this special function. Okay, I went to that special function. Where's that special function? It's right in here. Okay, what this function does? In fact, it's doing something weird here. It's telling me, go to this link. Okay, what is this link? Go to here. By the way, whoever have a good eye, it's really require a primary key. And that's why when I did it here, I had to add a primary key. And that's the way we do it. We'll go over it next time. It's too much for one day. All that is really giving me the link to go to that one. And when I go to this one in here, it's going to open this one, is going to redirect me eventually to here. And when it's directing to me to here and giving me the primary key, don't forget, is the customer number. It's going to take me to here, and from here, it's going to take me to the view, and from the view, it's going to take me here, and eventually, it's going to open another template. By the way, I should get an arrow. You know, I really should get an arrow here, because this one we didn't define. I don't really care to get an arrow, okay? So what? I will fix it in a second. Okay, I will add that one there. And that will leave for next week. That's a little bit, I'm noticing it's too much for one day. Let's just see what this one is. This is the most important. And you know what? In order not to get an arrow, let me take that one out for it. Let's see what this one does. Let's see, in fact, what do I mean by that? Let's see, when I call this function, it's giving me something back. What does it give me? So let's do it. I'm going to go back to the main, billings, customers, create. I'm going to put another one. Let's put Fatu. Let's put another name, just something. I clicked here. Okay, I got an arrow. I thought I might get an arrow. Take 0 position argument, but 1 was given. What the heck is that? I got an arrow. And where is that arrow come from? Let's click here. And here we go. This one tells me that take 0 position argument, but 1 was given. I didn't give him anything. So let's go back to this one. Control B, and in the customer billing detail, that should be fine. It doesn't know what self is. Oh, anybody can solve me the problem. Anyone, guys? Anybody can solve? Even the certificate to people.
What if we put the primary key in the inside the parentheses?
Correct. I'm missing something here. Is that right, Daniel?
Yes, you're missing P10.
I need to put self. It doesn't know what self is. By the way, you notice all the functions inside the class, they always would take self. That was the error. No problem. I do it again. Let's go again. Back. Let's go to the main. Go to billings. Go to customers. By the way, you see, it did add them. You just didn't know how to get back. So I'm gonna add another one. Let's put Daniel. And Daniel Saku. Submit. Oh, I didn't get an error. There's a reason why I didn't get an error. Because I didn't really activate it. I didn't activate this line. Okay? But I want to see what this one is. And please do look at this one. It tells me go to debilling customers 25. By the way, whoever is smart and go to the URLs, look at that. It says go to the billings, I'm in the billings, go to customers, this is customer, and put their number 25. Put here number 25. That means go to this function, and when you get to this function, check the primary key to be 25. Let's go there. By the way, this I didn't teach you. That I will do next week. Next week I will do, okay? It automatically, this is a very special object. We talk about next week. We dedicate for that next time. It will accept the primary key automatically. This is a very different method than we use in functions. So just to close the session for today, I am going to open it. I don't really need this one anymore. If I do it this way, I will get an error. In order not to get an error, I must have this template. So let's copy the template and finish the day. Okay, where's the detail? Anybody see detail? Here it is. Copy it, go back, templates, links. I just copy it. I'm making my life easy, that's all. Because I already have done it. Here it opens. And by the way, there's really nothing special. I'm going to leave it to you to go over with your mentor. There's really nothing here. Body we know, this is just a div. This is just a title. Hey, but there's a link here. By the way, this doesn't bother me. This one we already created. Going back to the list, I have no problem because this one we already defined. So that's not going to give me an error. And under that, I'm making a table. Inside the table, I'm just typing the stuff of that user. Very simple. So please do go over with your, by the way, T-foot, I put it there so you know it exists. You can put something in the footer of a table. I'm not really using it here. So now I will not get an error. I shouldn't really get an error. Let's go back to the main, go billings, let's go customers. First of all, you see, let's add a new one. Add my wife's name, Sigal Baranis. Okay? Fair enough. I submit. Hey, what happened? Did you notice? I got a new folder. I got a new template. How did it work? And with that, we'll finish. How did it work? We got to the view. We got to here. We put the data in the database. And then we redirected. Not to go back to the same one that I typed in, go to another template. How do I know which template to go? This function did the work for me. That's a very powerful. I use it so much. I use more functions than only this one to do very sophisticated stuff, but that's for advanced courses. For now, just learn one. Even if you don't get it 100%, not the end of the world. Honestly, it took me 10 or 20 times until I understood exactly how does it work. So don't be discouraged if you don't really immediately understand. This is does the work. He told him, go to the billings, go to this link, add to the primary key, and go there. Go there, this one, tell him, go there, redirect. Django gave me that function. He made it for me. Okay, so he's going there. Going there, it means he's getting here. Getting here, it's mean going here. Okay, going here, it means do something which we didn't learn. We'll do it next week. And this one really give me this template. These templates come from there. The beautiful part here, when I click on this one, it will take me back to this list. And you see, I see Sigal, Baranis. So we're really getting close. What do we have to do next week? It's A, to understand what is views, which is now a new things. And then we'll learn those three buttons. Today, we focus on the hardest one. This is the hardest one. Really is. Today's session is one of the hardest sessions. Please, please go over it. Daniel, okay? Daniel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please make sure every mentor will go over with every student over today's session before Sunday. Okay?
Yeah.
Please do. It's so crucial. It is really hard session today. And next week, we'll do a review of that again. And then we will talk about how did I got to the new form, and we talk about the buttons, and that will already conclude the course. So we're getting there, okay? We're very close. So please do. Questions, guys, don't be shy. We have expression in Hebrew, the shy student never can study well. So don't be shy. If you have a questions, take my word for it that everyone else does have the same question. They're just shy. They're just afraid to ask the question. And honestly, there is no stupid question. There is no such a thing. If you had a question, that means that there's something still not clear for you. How are you doing, Jeremiah? Is Patricia still with us? Jeremiah, you doing good?
Yes, I'm doing good.
Good. Fezio? Fezio, you doing good? Okay, can't hear me, but I think he's connected, so it's good. And what about the rest? Did Mark join us today? I didn't see him.
He had some network issues, so he never.
Wonderful. How did you do? It was really hard session today.
Yes, some of them will say they weren't understanding.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So what we will do, Brenda, every mentor will go with the student, and I will redo it again on Sunday. So when you go with them over that, and then I will go over that again. You know, even last semester, it was really a hard one. This is really hard. So it really need to go at least 5 times. I be honest. I did once. You go with your mentor. I will do it again with you, and you will do it twice more. After that, with your mentor and with yourself. Then you maybe understand. And don't be disappointed if you don't. So go 10 times. I did it, honestly. I went over it so many times.